Hello, Delaware Food Pharmacy families. Thank you for joining us for another Dash Diet video. My name is Shannon, and I'm a registered diet technician and chef. Today, we're on site at Christiana Hospital with a very special guest, Mr. Leonard Conyers.
Yes.
Mr. Conyers was a part of the food pharmacy programming and is here to share his story and help us out with some roasted sweet potatoes and roasted asparagus.
Yes.
All right, so today we have Mr. Conyers joining us, and he's going to peel down some sweet potatoes. We've already preheated the convection oven in the back to about 400. We're going to peel these down and then cut them into rounds so that we can slice them for roasted sweet potatoes. All right, and I'm going to help. Normally when I do this, Mr. Conyers, I have a tendency to cut off the top and cut off the bottom. And that way, if there's anything funky in there, like that, not like funky like good music, all right? And then we can just peel right in. And some of these you just got to get a nice grip on. And I hear you want to have a food truck.
Yes, ma'am.
Or sweet potato, something you might have on your food truck.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind?
Fried.
All right, right. And again, Mr. Conyers is planning on creating all different kinds of food for all different kinds of clientele. Mr. Conyers, how long ago were you with the Delaware Food Pharmacy?
What was it about? I'd say about a year ago.
Okay. And what was your favorite thing about it?
There's a lady that's a part of the organization named Michelle.
Okay. I've heard of her. She's very nice.
Yeah, she's very good.
Okay.
She's very good. And then everybody else I met, the people made it nice.
Right.
All those who was associated with it in whatever way.
Nice.
But then the plan that they have a heart like their heart is right. It seems like they use that as a guideline to hire people.
Yeah, that you got to care?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because normally you meet one person in the organization that's just not with the organization.
Yeah, that happens a lot. There's always going to be...
I haven't met one.
All the people in this organization seem to really care, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so we're going to cut them into, these are hard to cut, obviously, but we're going to cut them into about like 1/2 inch rounds. Okay, and sometimes I would normally promote like standing them up like this so they don't roll away from you. But for the look that I'm going for, I like them to be round shaped. Whatever you want to do is fine. It doesn't really matter. They're still going to look cool. Okay, so we can cut them in half and come down like this.
She says that as she changes her format.
Right? But you see how much easier it is to cut?
You're going along with the grain.
And it also is stable.
It's uniform.
Yep. Okay. And I'm going to get a bowl to put them in so that we can add some seasoning.
One of the tricks I learned in culinary school is when you're cutting with a knife, if you try to saw it, that's what makes it difficult. But if you put the tip down on the board and just use it like a paper cutter, it goes, even when it gets thick.
And even when, like, especially holding the bottom, like the top of it up there, on top of the knife gives you more power and control over the blade.
Right. Most people go like that.
I know.
That's not it. That groove right there was put for the finger so you can stop it from going forward as well as backwards.
And then you always want to cut away from yourself and not towards yourself. But ultimately, my theory is so long as you're watching what you're doing, you'll be all right.
Can't believe your lying eyes. Your eyes may say it's good.
Okay. So we're going to put these on some cookie sheets, okay? And whenever I use cookie sheets, they get dirty. I don't know if you can see this, they get dirty. So I like to put tin foil on them so that I don't have to clean them.
At least you're honest.
I mean, I will clean them, don't get me wrong, but it makes it easier. Okay, so we're going to cover these with tin foil. I think we'll probably use the bigger one for this. This one looks nicer.
Yeah.
Because I bought it recently. We'll put 2 on so that it covers it, right?
Okay.
Okay. So let's switch out here. We're going to put these. Yours look really nice. Mine are a little different.
Yes. You left your roundness.
It's
You left
fine.
your roundness.
I do. There's nothing, that's not round. Those look like a pear. It's okay.
But that's not your fault.
Isn't it?
That's the sweet potatoes.
That's right.
It
Thank
was
you,
formed
Mr.
that way.
Conyers. It's not my fault at all. I'm going to put them all in here. Okay. And then we're going to need to add some oil to this. I think the oil is over there. Olive oil. Oh, 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3. All right. And now we need a little bit of seasonings, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So traditionally with sweet potatoes, we do like to add like things like cinnamon. Sometimes people put nutmeg. We're definitely going to add a little cinnamon to this because it brings out some of the sweetness to it. Okay, and I have cinnamon right over here. And then
Do we have nutmeg?
we don't because I didn't put it in this recipe. I just talked about it. And I think we said we're going to put like half a teaspoon, something like that, or a 4th.
Yeah, you don't want to put too much.
I think I said a 4th. Yep. So because I don't have a 1/4 teaspoon measure, we're just going to do half of the half. All right. And then we need some onion powder. I lost the lid. And then we need some garlic powder. This
How
doesn't
much
have,
onion powder?
I think it's about like a half of a teaspoon. Yep, this one here. Just scoop it out there. You don't lose things in your house? Doesn't happen?
I lose everything in my
Okay.
house.
You have a pantry, I hear.
Yes.
All right, tell me about your pantry.
It's a food pantry, and the name of it is called the Alabaster Box
Why is it called the alabaster box?
because it comes from a biblical quote of a precious jewel or precious something kept in the alabaster box. So we keep food because it's a precious, essential part of life, and we want everybody to be able to have it. So we give it away. We don't charge nothing for it. And we go around from community to community to community. But we really take care of my neighborhood. I love my neighborhood. And so I live in the Quaker Hill neighborhood. And because I live in the Quaker Hill neighborhood, I fancy them.
Nice. Nice. And then I think I put a little bit of brown sugar on this, not too much, but like a solid maybe teaspoon. And I like the light brown sugar, but you can use whatever kind you do like. All right, so now Mr. Connor is going to mix them up. All right, if you don't mind lifting that up, because they look great, they look nice and mixed, I'm going to put this down so everyone can see. This has been sprayed with a little bit of olive oil, but you can use, like, you don't need to use a spray. You can just put a little oil on there. It's just, again, to prevent them from sticking. I actually like when they get a little, like, crunchy sometimes. It gets them nice and caramelized. But Mr. Conyers is going to lay these nice and flat so they cook evenly, and we're going to put them in the convection oven in the back. Mr. Conyers, these look amazing. Mine would have been a little bit messier. I'm very impressed. We're going to put these in the oven. I have the oven heated to, I think, 375. 375 or 400 is fine. We're going to do about 10 minutes, and then we'll rotate them. Sometimes ovens are, you have to know your oven.
Right.
My personal oven at home, the back cooks faster than the front, so I always have to rotate them, so I just take that with me no matter where I go. So we'll take it back. So now we're preparing our other roasted vegetable, which are going to be roasted asparagus. Now I hear roasted asparagus is not Mr. Conyers' favorite. Mr. Conyers, did something happen? Did like a asparagus like stalk you?
It speared me right in my heart.
In your heart? I'm sorry, that's so tragic.
Yes, it was. Because I was looking forward to the taste.
Is there a vegetable that you do like a lot more?
Broccoli.
Okay, so you're a fan of the broccoli. I am not such a big fan of the broccoli. It did not spear me or stalk me, any of those things. But I do like asparagus. And have you ever had the white asparagus?
No.
Okay, so the white asparagus is the exact same thing, only it's grown without sunlight. So they taste the same, they just look different. It's purely for aesthetic. Okay. Once these are in this nice big bowl, we're gonna season them up because everything is better with seasoning. Do you agree?
Everything.
Everything, okay? Maybe not asparagus.
Except sweet corn.
Oh, you're right. Sweet corn is just
sweet corn is natural
on its own. So we're gonna need to add some olive oil to this as well. And that's going to help it get a little bit of brown to it. I like them almost like charred. That's, again, a personal preference. And we're going to do about 2 tablespoons. Okay? And I'm this time going to spray
The pan.
our pan. We did the same thing that we did with the other one, is that we put tinfoil on it so I don't have to clean it. And I'm going to spray it with some olive oil. Okay? And with olive oil, the way that Mr. Conyers is pouring it in, you can add more, you can add less. Sometimes it's going to sit at the bottom. It doesn't make an impact. And you're going to need, I believe, like half a teaspoon of onion powder and half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then, you know, making sure that we kind of have enough on each
Stalk.
Yep. Yep. We'll use the onion powder.
No, I need garlic powder.
Okay, that's garlic powder.
Mm.
We got it right. All right, and then a little bit, because you're wearing gloves, I'm so low on this anyhow, do a little bit of the pepper on there.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Least I could do. All right, so we're gonna mix them around again. Mr. Connor did a great job of making sure every coat is asparagus. You know, every asparagus.
Every stalk is coated.
That's for the words I'm looking for. Thank you, sir. And then we'll lay them flat on the cookie sheet. Put this here. And you can cut more of the bottoms off if you want to. It doesn't really matter. The bottoms are a little bit more firm, so they can get harder to chew. Sometimes I'll save the bottoms and I can use them for soups, like a broccoli cheddar soup or an asparagus cheddar soup. I think I meant asparagus.
Yeah, I think you meant asparagus, because I was going to say, why would you mess up the broccoli?
I don't know. Maybe it would taste better if it had some asparagus in it.
I don't know. I won't try.
All right. So these are all set and looking lovely. We're going to put them in the oven at 400 for I think about, how many minutes? 10?
10.
And then we'll rotate them.
Thanks everyone for coming and joining us here today. I hope it was helpful. In our next video, we'll be creating another Dash diet recipe. Trust me, it's good. Remember, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to our care team at Christiana.